Okay, right. We are just getting things set up right now. I can see people starting to flood in. Here we go. Let me know whether I'm coming in clear. Yeah, so we're just gonna like get things. Okay. Now, naturally, I've got a poll going. Who's going to win the Drivers' Championship? We've already got votes coming in. Welcome, everyone. Get yourself comfortable. We are 15 minutes out, and we are absolutely up here for the duration, up here on the ladder for your entertainment. Absolutely crazy. And I'm looking at the National Anthem thing, and they've got all the trophies from the year, or at least their boxes. That's a pretty cool thing to see. Right. For all of you coming in, be sure to like the stream to be able to spread it outwards. We need as many people in here as possible to enjoy and share in this moment. We could be absolutely bamboozled or shocked or impressed, or we could be absolutely horrified. But I will just stress this out very clearly at the beginning, is that expect the boring outcome. Set your expectations low, my friends. That to avoid disappointment, we will expect no positions to change at all. No shenanigans from Mr. Russell. No ambitious moves from Mr. Leclerc. We are expecting the same. So the best thing to do is just expect the least intense, quite honestly. So far, we have got ourselves on the poll 120, coming up to 130 votes. And it's Verstappen with 51% in the lead, with Norris on 35, Piastri very much on the outside of 14. So we are right here for you. There is not going to be any footage of the race whatsoever. We are doing what we did for Brazil Sprint and having live timings right here for your convenience. They might be a little bit inaccurate. I can't quite get the timings correct, as it were. I've got an earpiece. I am watching the coverage. But you can come in and join along with me when you're watching your own coverage, wherever you may find it. I will not judge. But anyway, low expectations finale. Yeah, I know, Miss Monushka. I'm keeping it low expectations to avoid disappointment, to be going, I spent 2 hours up the ladder for that? I would rather just go into it, and then anything that happens in this race will be an absolute bonus, quite frankly. That's what I'm really going into. I've got myself some snacks, fruit and nut mix, Sainsbury's own. So, can I get myself, draw a pecan? Yeah, nice. Got to keep myself energized right up here, because it's going to be a long one. Yep, no, we are here on the ladder for the duration. I might have to shift leg every now and again, just to make sure I'm comfortable. But we are going into this race with so many expectations, so much to be thinking about. It's going to be absolutely insane. So, welcome everyone. Get yourself comfortable, get yourselves in, and get yourself braced. Did I design a seat for a ladder? No, I am standing on this ladder. No joke. I'm on this ladder for the duration, and I'm just going to brace myself, quite frankly. Dark Lord of the Sith. Squeaky bum time indeed. We are very much gonna get ourselves all into this. Well, I'm watching the F1 TV broadcast, and we have got Yuki Tsunoda being talked to at the moment. Sit in the loft. No, come on. this has been such a long year. I'm just thinking, why not? Why not? Why not stand on the ladder as I always do? I mean, my average recording session tends to be like 45 minutes, so I think it's just 2 recording sessions, quite frankly. I appreciate your concern about the getting a seat for the ladder, but I'm okay. I actually I think it's quite healthy for me to be able to do this and to just, you know, get some good leg exercises. You know, means I never skip leg day, because every time I'm up the ladder, well, okay, I skip leg day on the weekends, but other than that, no, I do not. So we are steadily increasing the amount. Let's get those likes in, people. We got to spread the word of this stream. We want to be able to share this with everybody, because this is going to be a doozy of a race. Quite frankly, I would not have done this stream had we not had the absolute barnstormer that we had in Qatar. Absolutely. I'm bricking it, but also I'm keeping my expectations low. I have no idea what's going to happen. I have no idea. 53% is the poll so far. Verstappen getting it, but I have no idea what's going to happen. I did hear on the Sky Sports coverage, Ted Kravitz was saying that Zach Brown's prepared to give Oscar every opportunity to try and win the race, but obviously there'll come a time when they might have to, you know, do stuff. So team orders may come into play here. We are not sure. So that is something to consider as well. Dad strength. Yeah, well, to be fair, you do have to carry a kiddo around, and it really doesn't help when every other minute they basically just go up. They just demand up. And then the moment you try and put them down, it's always up again. That's just one of the things you have as being a parent, which is perfectly fine. It's understandable. It comes with the trade. Yeah. What in excitement do you lose balance? I think it'd be very hard to lose balance, because I do have the actual hatch of the loft to be able to, like, yeah, rest my arms on. So it's not exactly I'm taking weight, but it's like I've got somewhere to rest my elbows and stuff. So I have got some me to relax. It's like an armchair, but a standing armchair almost. Toloko Badger, welcome for becoming a member. Thank you very much for joining and your patronage. Thank you very much. Right, so right now, if we had the same positions as we did in qualifying, Lando Norris would be champion by 5 points. The official risk of rain is now 0%. So no rain is expected at all. So weather will not be playing an element in regards to the wet stuff. So we don't have to worry about that. We can now get ourselves into the fact that it's all going to be down to chaos with cars or debris or something like that. I mean, the whole thing with Oscar is just like, quite frankly, we all have our own opinions. The Australian government, some representatives there have their own opinions. And we can all be talking about this until the cows come home. But quite frankly, the way that McLaren have dealt with the last couple of races with them being mistakes has certainly made the job for Lando even harder than it should have been. 2 weeks ago, can you imagine this? Just 2 weeks ago, Lando could have gone into Qatar at a canter and won the championship there. Now, though, it's like he's probably bricking it right now, because he's got to nail the start, or else Russell's going to be up his jacksie, because we all know that George's starts are usually pretty good. And all of the stuff that George has been saying to the media about, you know, wanting to help Max out, I seriously don't get that. Like, I don't understand whether there's been any bad blood between here, or it's just pure banter. It's really hard to tell. It's really, really hard. But yeah. Get a comfy chair. No, because otherwise it's not the ladder experience. It really is not. So I absolutely cannot do that. I have to be up this ladder because that's just how we roll. That's how we roll. Oh, super chat. Thank you very much, Diego Sanchez. 10 out of 10 channel. Help us sync before lights out, please. M5X. So, anyway, I'm just gonna. Oh, here we go. Oh, we're getting the preview pack. I think this calls for a raisin and an almond. So here we go. Let's get this coverage going. Oh. They're starting off with the Murray Walker elements. Oh, that's always nostalgic hearing Murray's words. 329. Okay, here we go. 5 minutes to go. Oh no, 6 minutes to go. 6 minutes to go, people. Oh, Rushan, thank you very much. Do you folks really enjoy that YouTube recap? Or is that not really something you're into? I certainly think it's a bit more interesting than Spotify Wrapped. I actually gave up my Spotify account like a year ago. I just got really bored of it. Wow. You think that McLaren will ask directly on the radio to help Lando or have a code? I personally think, Miss, that it's going to end up being like it's an unspoken rule. Because they know that that's going to go out in the world feed. They know it, so they got to make sure it's subtle, and the way that they claim it is something that Oscar chose to do. That's the way they're going to do it. But yeah. Right. Oh, this is so nerve-wracking right now. Right, we've got Verstappen. We've got Verstappen right here, 54% currently, with 5 minutes to go. Well, Stuffy, I don't really know. It's hard to tell, quite frankly, about what Oscar's going to do. I don't think anyone else knows. Like, after my Friday video about the press conferences, it was quite clear that Lando let his guard down, you know, voluntarily, of course. And when it comes to Max, he was ice cold. Oscar, though, he was kind of like a mixture of the two. Like, we weren't quite sure. Now we're going to get the 5 minutes to go thing. I'm going to be very interested to see whether or not we actually get a special intro. Although something's telling me that the timing of this all is not going to be indicating that as such. I mean, you think it would be. And one little factoid I had is that after the Australian Grand Prix, it would have been like, had Oscar been in P2, those two McLaren boys would be on equal points by now. That would be the most dramatic change. Oh, no unique intro. No unique intro at all. That's a bit of a disappointment. But here we go. Right. We are headed into this, folks. Ross Palmer, thank you very much for the super chat. Thanks for your outstanding coverage this season. Oh, that's really cool of you. Thank you very much, buddy. Very much appreciated. Let's get ourselves comfortable, folks. But yeah. Well, Matthew, they did do one for 2021 when they were on equal points. Max and Lewis. So that was the reference point, as it were. So here we go. Apparently, Piastri starting on hards. So Piastri starting on hard tyres. Lando starting on mediums, I think. That's interesting. Both Astons are on the scrub medium. So there we go. Okay. And oh, I feel so sorry for the Renault boys. Like, their final race and they qualify last. Like, my God. That's just sad. I feel so sorry for anyone who was working for Renault in 1977 when they came in with the turbo engine. And then they look at this now and they're thinking, sacre bleu. Right. Chewing on an almond as I say that. Yuki Tsunoda, 10th place. My other boy, Gabi, that was such a great qualifying to get in 7th. Like, if he can score points, I think Sauber scored points on debut. So, what we got right here, I really don't know what George is going to do. I'm really, really bricking it right now. Like, here we go. Like, oh, here we are. Yeah, I know. Gabi is such a good driver. It's like absolutely great to see him actually being a bastion of Audi. That's really going to be cool. I will certainly say that Audi is going to be like one of my two teams that, well, a team that I will be following next year. That's I can definitely say. I mean, Cadillac will certainly be an interesting prospect. I'm really curious as to what's going to happen with that. Really, really am. So, okay. Oh, this is so... Like, DC, I think your commentary is really good and all, but, like, this is like, I do not need this right now. Hooked on Classics, will Lewis bow out next year? I don't really know. I mean, odds are, if next year turns out to produce a car that he's just not into, he might just call it a day. And then in like 10 years' time, we'll find out the truth as to what it was like at Ferrari. Him basically facing a horse-shaped brick wall based on what we've actually seen. You know, it's just really incredibly sad to actually see this man having to deal with this kind of stuff. Yeah, the resistance, the traditionalism at Ferrari is just depressing. Yeah. So, get yourselves comfy, folks. Boosted, thank you very much for your super chat. If McLaren fumbled the driver's title, I'll be calling my therapist ASAP. I'm pretty sure that both those drivers will. Wibon, thank you very much for your super chat. And, like, I'm really curious as to why they put Piastri on hards. Like, are they going to go long? Or are they going to do, like, a hard, medium or something like that? Like, I've got no idea. Yeah, no, Oscar is on the hards, and that is a choice. That is an interesting choice. I think maybe they are thinking of just going long and seeing what happens. But, yeah, Piastri is the only one, bar Tsunoda, in the top 10 to go on hards. Like, what? So, the race strategy, based on the graphics, is that it could be a hard, soft strategy. So, trying to pick things up. I mean, if he's holding up traffic, that would be just like, my God. I really hope he's not being like put out as some kind of roadblock. I really hope not. Devil Kill, I've been standing on this ladder for like 17 minutes already. So, yes, we are doing the entire race on the ladder. Well, welcome. Okay, everyone. I am now asking you very politely, before we start the race, to drop a like on this video. Drop a like on this video right now down below to get people to watch this, to join us all in this really, really tense moment. I mean, I'm just completely bamboozled. Like, I'm just so... Imagine if we were around in 2021. That would have just been mad. Got any props ready? Well, I do have the cup of copium ready in case I need it. I do have the foam of doubt. I do have the spanner, but I think it's stuck at the moment. Like I've got like lots of different bits and pieces knocking around. I don't want to knock anything over, because otherwise it's just going to be it'll be a bad time. Let's just say that. So yeah. Okay. So right, here we go. We are heading into the final corner. Oh no, the final sector. So Max is right there. Yes, I know I'm blue. I've got a light stick that can change the lights to make it blue on one side, to make it a bit more interesting. Oh, dear. This is, medium, hard, and soft. Medium, hard, soft. Yeah, that's what the graphics were saying as the potential. So... Oh, man. Like, they're all on the grid right now. But yeah, as I say, folks, just believe in the most boring outcome. That way you won't be disappointed. Even if you're a Norris fan, you want boring. You want this to be dull. You want this to be a situation where nothing happens. Your boy is in second place and he gets the championship by 5 points. Those 5 points don't matter. But equally... Okay, here we go. Here we go. Just got to try and update this just to make sure that I can get, like, the right time. But once we'll wait while that refreshes. I'm going to just, like, go look up the screen. Here we go. Max has done the chop. Max has done the chop. Lando's still in second. And Leclerc is up to fourth. Leclerc is up to fourth place. Yeah, it's the boring one. But yeah, the top three, they've maintained position. Oh my goodness, Leclerc's done a dive bomb. Leclerc's doing a dive bomb right here, and is Piastri lining up Norris? Piastri's lining up, and Alonso is coming up to fourth. Oh my god, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen, folks? Like Leclerc and Alonso are battling, and is Oscar going to is Oscar gonna do it? Is Oscar gonna line up a pass? Is he doing it? He's doing it! He's doing it! My boy's doing it! He's doing it around the outside! Yes! Oh my god! Ha! Oh my goodness, he's actually making overtakes! He's making overtakes on hard tyres! Like, guys, folks, on hard tyres, what is that about? Did Lando not expect that around turn 9? Like, oh my god, wow. I mean, like, Lando is now probably going to brick it, because what is Alonso on right now? Alonso's going, hey guys, I heard you're looking for championship. I want to have action. And then, oh my god. Like, quite frankly, the fact that we didn't get team orders, this is what McLaren are allowing him to do, and I don't think he's going to give that back. And he's already broken DRS. Like, he's already broken DRS, and like, sorry if I blew your headphones out, but like, I just didn't want Piastri to just keel over and die. I just did not want him to do that. And, like, what's going to happen? Can you imagine if Piastri overtakes, if he ends up overtaking, like, this is going to be, like, bonkers. Like, what are they going to do? Is Max and Oscar, are they going to try and protect each other? I really don't know. But, yeah, I've seen social media blow up on the fact that Oscar just went round the outside and he did it on hard. Is that kind of like his statement piece? Like, maybe he's just, like, doing something to make a point? I don't know. But this is amazing. That's a great start. And in other news, Hamilton is headed up towards 13th, I think. So he's battling with Carlos. Like, Carlos, wow. That's going to blow my prediction out the window. That's going to blow my prediction. I predicted that Carlos was going to be like 5th or something like that. No, he's 14th. Both Williams are in trash position. And as things stand right now with Sauber, they are still going to remain 9th, I think. Haas right now could be 9th at this point. It's looking very, very close. I mean, Racing Bulls right now, I think they're fine. They're going to keep P6 at the moment. Yeah, we are going to see something pretty interesting, folks, because Piastri is now not in DRS. Oh, Russell's complaining about brake issues. So we're getting brake issues being reported by Russell. So you're a Russell supporter. It's not looking good. And hang on. Leclerc is only half a second behind Norris. He's only half a second. Like, he's right there. Charles is right there. Can you imagine what Matty's thinking about right now? Charles! Charles! Like, this is like, I don't know what's happening. Like, this is, wow. Like, Norris is falling back, and Leclerc is right on the back of Norris. This is like, oh, and by the way, Colapinto has been pinged for, I think, a jump start, which is unfortunate for him. But, oh boy. Please, let's get more likes. Drop a like if you haven't already, because this is going to be an interesting little ploy. Because right now, Norris is not keeping up that well with Piastri, and Leclerc is right behind him at the moment. Like, Not enough to overtake, but he's there. And this could be really interesting. Imagine, like, Charles is going, like, if I can't win a world championship, I want to at least figure in some shape or form. That's, like, I don't know what's going on here. This is insane. Like, I didn't expect that to happen on hard tyres. I thought that we were going to have... Oh! Russell's gotten Alonso back. Okay, so George is back up to 5th. Okay. Pastries on the straight as close as you can game. Oh, so you think that maybe it was some kind of orchestrated move? Oh! Oh, Leclerc's doing a dive! Like, Leclerc's, like, really going for this. Like, I think if they're trying to do that and, like, orchestrate some kind of maneuver, Leclerc getting in the way is probably not what they want to happen. Because that's going to make it even more difficult. I think Charles right now has got nothing left to lose, and he's just like, I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to go for this. I mean, that's just insane. I'm sorry if I'm saying insane a lot, but right now I'm just thinking on the fly right now. And just, you know... Oh, Norris on the radio. Okay, Norris's radio is saying that they're actually fine with the situation. So, I think, yeah, they're thinking, Palmer and Jakes, they're basically saying that this is basically coping mechanism, just to kind of like make sure that, you know, they're not, that there's nothing wrong, that they don't see any problem with what Lando is doing, which is good. That's a really good thing for him to do, because they have to do that. They really, quite frankly, have to do that to make sure that, oh, Colapinto, no further action. That's actually quite interesting. Usually it's a slam dunk thing, but Colapinto got away with something. Cool. That's good for him. Right. Leclerc is... Oh, I think Norris made a bit of a mistake, and I think Leclerc is now back in DRS range. Yeah. So... Yeah. 6/10 now. This is like... I think it's going to seriously complicate things if Lando falls behind Leclerc. That'll be a very interesting development. And I think Russell's not getting a bit close himself. This is like, they're nursing his broken confidence. Well, yeah, quite frankly, I don't blame. This is why I'm personally thinking that was not planned. That this was not planned at all, and that, yeah, they put him on the aggressive tyres to at least keep up with Max, and they wanted Oscar to be the rear gunner, but if they did that pass on turn 9, then that's not something they scripted. Like, Piastri just did it. And then, you know, probably Lando thinking that, oh, Piastri wouldn't do that. Well, he just went and ruddy well did that. Like, I'm shocked. I'm really shocked about that. Like, Leclerc! Yeah, no, I think Leclerc has fallen out of DRS, but we got to remember about Russell. Russell is there too. He's only like a second behind Leclerc. And if Leclerc has basically, he's been at his limit now, then it could easily be George taking it to Lando. And based on what George has been saying this weekend, he wants to help Max out. That's crazy. But Norris could win this championship by 2 points. 2 points currently. But that's, wow. Oh, have we got ourselves a collision between Hulkenberg and Gasly? Oh, that's a curious development. Leclerc is now back in DRS. And that is going to be, we still got to keep an eye on that, and the cameras have been. Oh, Verstappen on the radio. Yeah, GP just saying everything's fine, they might go longer. So, yeah. Verstappen currently 55%. 55%. 55% of the pole. So, yeah, Russell's dropped back now. Yeah. And Leclerc is just about hanging in the DRS of Norris. So, he's certainly keeping himself in touch. And granted, yeah, Oscar's just doing his own thing. Like 1 second to 1.5 seconds. Because, obviously, this is the point of Piastri's strategy. He's going long. He is going long right now. So there's no point chewing through the tyres. Just keep Verstappen ahead by 2 seconds. Not too bad in terms of dirty air. 1.5 seconds keeps Lando in the dirty air a little more. And Leclerc backs him into... That could be something. That Leclerc is not... Piastri's not pulling away too hard to allow... So Norris is still in the dirty air somewhat. And that then keeps Leclerc in touch. So this is interesting. I wonder if that might be the case. That Oscar's kind of like, not like going absolutely ballistic, even though he's on the harder tyre, to make sure that Leclerc stays somewhat in touch, because Norris can't burn through his tyres. Yeah, that's interesting, because Norris has said on the radio that his will has told Piastri's been asked to pick up the pace a bit, so this is not part of the plan. So Oscar's just doing his own thing. Like, yeah. Yeah, Piastri's just doing his own thing. Like, he's just going, hey, okay, I'm just gonna do this, and if it just inconveniences that, yeah, well, DRS is like, again, this is not really the best way for DRS to kind of go out on. But yeah, oh my goodness, we're getting like loads of things. Oh, Oscar radio. Yeah, basically they want to put Piastri under Verstappen. They want Piastri to put Verstappen under pressure. I don't think he's going to do that. Like, the timing has just not changed at all. Like, Lando's been told to use a bit more tyres to make his life a bit easier. Okay, that's a strange little plan. Okay. So, yeah, Leclerc, I think, is just going to pressure Norris into maybe a mistake. But Piastri's not really making that much inroads on Verstappen. It's just, like, still within, like, 0.2. It's still within 0.2 of a second. By the way, just for anyone else who's in... Oh, Lewis is coming into the pits right now on lap 9. I guess the soft tyre strategy didn't work out. Right. Lando's in a really tricky situation because he's been told to push, but he's not that far behind Piastri, so his tyres are going to be chewed up. And then it means that he's not going to have enough tyres. He'll fall back even further. Oscar's, I think Piastri's just going to ignore and just like, I'm just going to run my own race, quite frankly. I've got the harder tyre. I don't need to push. And, like, Max is just going to do his own thing. Piastri's probably thinking there's no point to push. That's like... Yeah. That is really curious. It's still keeping between 1.9 and 2.2. So it's not really getting that much closer. Verstappen has started graining on the front right tyre. So they're basically... This is the kind of radio thing that I'm seeing, is that they are telling Oscar to hurry up and say, Max is looking weak, get him. But I think Oscar's just going to go, okay, cool, and then just ignore him. Yeah, this might be the kind of ignoring that, yeah, this might be a bit more logical, in just terms of like, well, he might hear like certain encouragement over the radio, but he might not then kind of like, he might just have selective hearing, but it's not in a way that he's ignoring the team, because the team orders hasn't happened yet. But Leclerc is very much something that's keeping this race in check. Like, I'm interested. This is going to be interesting. Because Russell, after all of the bumps and circumstances he's had, going, blimey, Max should really give me a toe, because if he wants help winning the championship, I'm right here and available, until we become bitter rivals, and he uses borderline violence. No, that's kind of fallen away. He's 5th, and 2.4 seconds behind Leclerc. So, yeah. Yeah. Like, Leclerc is just, he's going for it. At this point, Leclerc has got nothing to lose. Like, he's got nothing left to lose at this point, because Ferrari are 4th in the Constructors right now, and they're not going to get any further. Leclerc is 5th in the championship. You may as well just go out and just carve your memory into history through racecraft, not causing an accident. No further action between Gasly and Hülkenberg, by the way. 2nd race in a row, those two have come to blows. And quite clearly, Hülkenberg has been the one that came off worse. And I believe there was no further action against Hamilton and Albon. Oh, we've got another one. Lawson and Behrman are at it again. Noted for driving erratically. So it's Lawson against Behrman. Last time it happened was in Spain. So, oh, embraced. I'm watching the F1 TV coverage. What did Bernie Collins, our lady in heaven, say about that? Like, Leclerc, it's just, we think Verstappen's graining has started, your tyres look in better condition than his. So yeah, I think this is like motivational speak, because we've not heard anything on Verstappen's radio. Because by now, you would have gotten a snippet from GP, or Verstappen saying, oh, the tyre's looking like it's graining. We've not heard a thing from Red Bull. So I do think this is McLaren trying to provide some indirect instruction based on, you know, what we've had. But Lawson and Behrman are at it again. Yeah, Dark Lord, this is what I'm thinking. You know what? I'm getting the foam of doubt out for that one. The foam of doubt is out right now for that particular, the wording, in that I just don't see that being the case, because Verstappen, like, I'm looking at the graining on the front left, it doesn't look that bad. Like, no, I don't see it. I don't see the graining, quite frankly. Twitchy MC, I'm alright, thanks you. How about you? Right. Brown says he wasn't surprised by Piastri moving into P2. I think he was pretty surprised. He's just trying to keep a brave face over it, saying it's hard racing all the way to the end, yeah! Like that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to save face. This was not planned, I think. 2 points. It's 2 points. Like, Leclerc is, like, very much... He's not falling back that far. The Hamilton-Leclerc gap. Well, to be fair, Hamilton did just come into the pits. So Hamilton's gone on the hards. So I think he's just going long. This stopped. It's because he was on the soft tyre. He was on the soft tyre at the start. And, yeah, he came in on lap 9. So that's the reason why he's down in 18th. It's not like a skill issue. So, yeah, I think if there's anything to go by, if there's anything that we remember, is that Oscar, that's the third bold overtake around the outside that he's had. Yeah, Leclerc, it doesn't surprise me that Leclerc is falling a little bit behind, because he's been gunning those tyres for 12 laps against Norris. He's gonna have to, like, back off a bit to save the tyres, because he's got his own race to run against Russell. So, just for some salvation of pride, as it were. The Mercedes have got second place. Red Bull have got third place. This is just a case of those two going at it again. So, he's got to be a little bit more thoughtful and wait for Lando to make a mistake, because he's really had to push those tyres. I don't know why they decided to do it. Like, was it some kind of undercut strategy? Really don't know. Yeah. 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 Yeah, that's the nightmare scenario, though, because they're talking about is Oscar going to yield? Well, no. I don't think they will. I don't think he will. And really, it's just a case of what Oscar wants to do in this situation. Does he want to try and go for the World Championship himself? Because there's been not any... Oh, Norris, my graining is definitely picking up. Norris is now experiencing graining himself. Well, Alonso's not saving pace. Well, of course not. Because in the battle for 7th place in the Constructors, they've got to keep going. Because that's 8 valuable points to fend off Haas and Sauber from overtaking them in the Constructors. And he is, Alonso, the one doing it, whereas Stroll is stuck in 14th. By the way, the qualifying thing, 24-0 to Fernando. Crazy. Crazy. Interdictor, how many laps total? 58 laps. We are currently on lap 13. The pit stop window of lap 20 through 26. Yeah, Piastri is obviously going to keep up and, like, get a little closer to Verstappen because harder tyres, obviously. But he's not exactly chomping away at Verstappen's lead. So he's not doing that. He's certainly just going at his own pace. I mean, with Piastri, it might be just a case of, like, this is just personal pride now, is that at the final race of the season, oh, Lawson has been pinged for a 5-second time penalty for driving erratically. So, 5-second ping, which will probably see him fall all the way down to 15th. Oops. Well, that's not a great way to end the season, especially when you realise you're going to be back racing again next year. So that's not ideal. Yeah, Norris is falling way back now, like 3.2 seconds. 3.2 seconds behind Piastri. So, yeah. Yeah, basically, he's not doing that great in terms of making a case of trying to pass Piastri, which I don't think is going to happen right now. Well, the thing is, though, is that we haven't had any inkling of a safety car. But then again, we didn't have any of that, like, in a... Yeah. Oh, the TV coverage has got, like, Ocon's dad. Don't know why we need that right now. But I suppose, it's a transition to cutting for Ocon, who is currently in P9. So I suppose, transition. Russell's coming in. Russell's coming in early. Russell's getting in the undercut. Okay. So... Right, Russell's coming in. Like, little bit of a chuggy start, 2.3. That's still respectable. Okay. Russell's doing a 2-stop. Could be a 2-stop. Same goes, maybe. Oh, Piastri's now, like, putting in the fastest first sector. That is interesting. Like, here we go. This is what Russell's going for it. He's going for 2-stoppers. That's definitely it. Because why, if you're on the mediums, are you coming in this early? Devil, this is what I think it's a 2-stopper. So, we've really just got to think about what's going to happen. So far, everything's been kept clean. Gasly, though, is like, oh, wow. Hang on a sec. Colapinto's up to 13th. Wow. Like, goodness. I mean, then again, there have been quite a few people that stopped, but it's like, wow, cool. And hey, if you think about it, Colapinto, once again, had the much cleaner weekend than Gasly did. And that's really good going into the end of the season. Like, oh, that was a dummy. McLaren have come back in again. So, yeah. We've got a situation where Russell is coming in. It's going to take a while for them to activate those tyres, but, Russell has got the undercut. So, I think Russell needs to push and make the most of the graining. Maybe that's why Mercedes did it. Maybe that's why Mercedes put that on, because of the graining that was being reported by Norris. So, if his tyres are a little bit cooked, and they're maybe locked in on a strategy, then maybe try and gain some time and then get ahead of him. So, that's interesting. Yeah, I know, we haven't seen a Colapinto. Maybe next year. I'm really thinking that Franco will do really well with Mercedes power, because he is doing quite well in that. Russell is already up to 12th. Oh. Yeah, basically, they're giving him some soft encouragement. The gap to Leclerc is 2.2. So, yeah. Here we go. So, yeah. Basically, oh, here we go. Alonso's boxing. Norris is boxing. Norris is responding. Here we go. What's going to happen? Is this a smooth stop? Oh, yep, smooth stop for Norris. 2.5 for Leclerc, 2.1 for Norris. That was a good stop. Good stop. So where is Russell in all of this? Oh, there's Antonelli. Oh, you know what? This could be curious. Can you imagine if Antonelli's given the order to slow Norris down? Yeah. basically, Leclerc is, no, Piastri is sticking to the plan. But yeah, like, Norris is in traffic. Like, Norris is in traffic, and Leclerc's got a bit of a gap. So, like, this could be curious. Like, who else is, like, this is, like, he's gonna be stuck in traffic, whereas now Piastri is gonna come out, like, potentially not that, much further up. And Russell is really closing in. He's just about to overtake Leclerc. Like, now, Russell is right behind Charles. Right, here we go. This is like George is now gonna be like, come the challenger. Oh, like, what is Antonelli gonna pull one to help George? Oh, Leclerc, Russell's now like trying to like, oh no, Antonelli. Oh, dive bomb from Norris. Yep, past Kimi. He is past Kimi. Oh, but Norris... Oh, is Antonelli about to come back at him? Or is he going to try and line himself up? Yeah. But then, of course... Well, there's Carlos. Carlos is going to get out of the way. Yeah, Carlos is not going to really... Yeah, Carlos just lets him straight through. Yeah. I'm not surprised about that. Not surprised that Carlos has let Lando through. They're buddies. It's Carl Lando. Of course they would. So, yeah. Norris is already up to 7th. So, that is some good going. But, yeah. Yeah, so Lando's on the hards right now, so they are very much going through this. Leclerc is now about to get close to Antonelli. So there's about 2.2 seconds still. So the gap between Norris and Leclerc is pretty much the same. So that's what we've got to consider. But yeah, Stroll is now like ahead. But yeah, I don't think he's going to have much difficulty getting past Stroll. Yeah. Here we go. So, he's past Stroll now. And he's past Lawson as well. Yeah, that's some good going, Lando. Good job. That's good. So now, look who's ahead of him now! Who is ahead of Lando right now? Verstappen's getting nervous about us, Oscar. Let's push up to him. Oh, Lawson! Oh my god, Lawson did not give up. Lawson did not give up. But look who is ahead. Look who is ahead right now. It's Tsunoda. And if Lawson gets back past him, that's not good. Like, my goodness. Like, one thing's for sure is Lando's going to lose a lot of time. And maybe be backed up. Because this is what Tsunoda's got to do now. This is his final race. He's got to like think, well, I've got to be of some use to Red Bull. Yeah. Tsunoda. Yeah. Here we go. Tsunoda's going to be wide now. He's probably going to be like doing a Checo. Like, oh my goodness. Well, yeah, especially Acme, because he did really well in like getting past all of those people. Leclerc's now only got to get past Stroll and Lawson now. Russell probably won't have too much difficulty against... Yeah, Leclerc's going to get past Stroll quite easily. Yeah. Here we go. So... Oh, double pass. Oh, Leclerc with the double pass. Hey! Charles done a really good job there. And... Yeah, no, Leclerc with a really handy double pass, much tidier than Leclerc. Yeah, no, Norris. 1.6 seconds. So he's managed to gain about 6/10 throughout all of that. So now we've got to consider what's going to happen with Tsunoda. That's got to be... Everyone's got to look to that now. Because it's a case of Tsunoda's just got to back Norris up. Like, really back him up into traffic. This is getting quite tense, people. Right. This is just all... I mean, Norris is like chewing through Tsunoda's advantage, that's for sure. But right now, the gap, like, Max is going to be finishing, if everything remains the same in terms of, like, everyone's there, then it's a case of, like, yeah, Norris has really got to, like, be careful. What's Tsunoda? Yep, they naturally put Tsunoda's radio on the comms. Yep. So they've really now got to hold him back. I mean, one thing's for sure, at the moment, like, Norris is not going to be in any danger of getting first or second. Like, at the moment, like, Max and Oscar are enough ahead to still come out ahead. But, yep, Russell's past Stroll now. So, Leclerc's probably going to get past, Russell's going to probably get past Lawson soon. Tsunoda's saying, I know what to do, leave it to me. So he knows exactly what he has to do. So, yeah. I mean, quite frankly, if Yuki's not going to be in F1 anymore, he could pull a Bottas. Get a penalty. Just get a penalty. Doesn't really matter. Like, what does it matter? He's out of a job. Or at least he's out of a mainline job. It'll certainly make their testing duties a little bit less awkward. But yeah. So, Leclerc is only 1.5 seconds behind. Like, he is not. He's getting closer again. Like, that's quite interesting to remember. 1.3 seconds behind Tsunoda. He's catching him really quickly. Like, really, really quickly. Oh, I mean, again, folks, it's best to just think of the most boring outcome out of all of this instead of getting yourself too deeply invested, because otherwise, to avoid disappointment. But, yeah. Norris is within DRS now, so he's got to, like, what is Tsunoda going to do? Like, what is Tsunoda going to do? Like, yeah. Yeah, Leclerc's 1.4. Yeah, that's it. They're basically telling Yuki, back him up as much as you can into Leclerc. That's exactly what they're going to tell him to do. Like, what does he do? Like, what does he do? Oh, I don't... Something tells me he's going to get him. Yeah, something... Yeah, no, he's got him. Whoa! Nearly... He got off the road. But yeah, no, that's it then. Nah, that's gone. Yuki's... No, he's... No. He's past Tsunoda. Yep. I mean, a bit of a bold move, but, you know, he's done it. There. Yeah, I have to admit, Lando had some guts there, really. But I think maybe that was the trigger. Yeah, Tsunoda, like, yeah. There we go. There we go. So, Verstappen is... I mean, yeah, it's not even close. Like, he's going to finish start ahead of that. of Norris. But the question is, though, what does Verstappen do? So right now we are headed into lap 24. So yeah, we're not even at like half race distance yet. That's like, we've still got plenty of things to consider. But yeah, that commitment, that was really, really strong. Really, really good there. Oh, hang on. Norris has been noted. Norris has been noted. He's been pinged by the stewards. Oh. What do they do? No, there's no way they do that. There's no way. No, there's no way they do that. Like, the FIA would not... Oh, no. No. Again, I'm personally thinking what DC said is probably the most likely situation. Like, it's going to be under... It could go under investigation. That's like... Yeah. Oh. Oh, if that's a 5-second time penalty, if that's 5 seconds, well, no, it's like, if it's not Yuki's fault. How is it's Yuki's fault? Yuki stayed on the track. Yuki stayed on the track, that's it. So it's Norris who went off the track. And if you think about it, if there would have been grass normally. But yeah, so that's going to be, I mean, Dan Smith, it could be just 5 seconds. If that were to happen, there'd probably be mitigating circumstances. But yeah. Yeah, Leclerc's now past Yuki, 2.5 seconds. They're probably going to get onto his radio saying, keep to within this. Lando could be in with the time penalty. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Both of them could get penalties. Both of them have got penalties, potentially. They both noted Tsunoda for forcing a driver off the track, and Lando for leaving the track and gaining an advantage. So they're both in the dock. So they're both, like, if this goes under investigation, oh my god. Like, this could have been the move that decided the championship. And all Leclerc's got to do now, he doesn't even need to pass him. Like, he just needs to, just keep within a few seconds of... It's under investigation! It's under investigation! Oh my god! Oh my god. McLaren did not expect that. McLaren did not expect that. Like, we all thought that... Yeah. Oh, jeez. Leclerc's going to be told this. Russell is going to be told this. They're both going to be told this, and they are going to, like... George is going, haha, leave it to me, chaps. Time for me to cause some chaos. And Leclerc just going, oh my god. Podium for me. Yeah, oh. But again... Right. We got to remember that the FIA, considering what happened 4 years ago, they don't want to get in trouble. But they might get in trouble no matter what they do. They might not get in trouble whatever they do. So I'm personally thinking it's going to be no further action. Or Yuki will only be the one that gets a penalty. That's what I think. Oh. These, my goodness. And now Leclerc set the fastest lap. He's now set the fastest lap. Like, Charles is fired up right now. He's fired up. He's fired up. George is fired up. we could get a situation where Lando falls to 5th in this situation. And then, if Piastri won the race, if Lando fell to 6th, Oscar would be champion. So, I'm glad that we are not bored out of our minds right now. But this situation right now, folks, is really getting quite tense. But I am trying to lower expectations because you got to be thinking of the consequences of this action. Because this is a game changer. This is seriously a major situation in which could decide fates and destinies and cause controversy that Formula One does not want to have. So they've really got to look into this carefully. We are not going to get a decision anytime soon. Like, they've got to really look at this carefully. And I'm personally thinking it's not going to end up with a decision. It'll be no further action. But imagine if it goes to after the race. We might have to stay up here. We might have to stay up here. I just don't know. Like, wow. Russell's... Oh, geez. Like, Russell's like 8 seconds behind Leclerc. He's like really stuck behind Tsunoda. Like, what's going on here? And meanwhile, we got Fernando passing Antonelli. Like, with all due respect, I'm like, I'd rather not see this. Like, my goodness. It's quite nerve-wracking. But hang on a minute. Piastri is 20 seconds ahead. Where he ends up could be really, really critical. 21 seconds for a pit stop. What happens with Piastri in the box will really decide what happens here. In this situation, if they know they're going to get a penalty, there might be a mistake in the pits. Or they might tell Oscar to slow coming into the pits. Got to be careful about that. Remember that. So, yeah. Like, seriously, Piastri is like gonna fall behind Norris, which is something you gotta be remembering. Lap 29. We are now halfway through the season. Well, halfway through the race. But it really depends on what they do with Oscar. This is something we've really got to consider. Yeah, the eyes of the world are going to be on McLaren and with Piastri's pit stop. That's for sure. But given the fact that he's on the hard tyres, that's not going to be happening for another 10 laps. So, yeah. Right. Tsunoda's got the 5-second time penalty. 5-second time penalty for Norris. No, for the Tsunoda. So that's been dealt with. That one... Tsunoda's gotten the time penalty. No further action. Norris has got away with it. Norris is a scot-free. No, Norris has got it. No, Norris has been let go. Yep, no further action. Yep, he's safe. Told you. The FIA is not going to... They're not going to get involved with this. So... Yeah. Yeah, Norris is out of the danger zone. Just as I thought. Yeah. DC saying it correctly is that they don't want this to end up being something that's decided in the stewards' room again. So, that's it, really. So, personally, I think it's going to end up with Max winning and Norris P2. And Piastri's back in P3 being a rear gunner. That's what I think is going to happen. Yeah, I mean, Tsunoda realised that the jig was up, so he had to do just one last gasp move, and then that was it. And now Norris is, like, absolutely gunning it now. Like, to catch up to Verstappen. Oh, Bortoletto is currently fighting against Antonelli. And he's passed him. Wow. Bortoletto is now back up into the points again. Nice. Whew. Still not over yet, folks, because Leclerc is still 2.5 seconds behind. And of course, we got Zach Broughton talking about, like, dangerous and unnecessary from Yuki. Yo, oh my god, that was seriously dangerous. Of course he's going to say that. Because they've now been proven to be in the wrong. Oh, black and white flag for Lewis, track limits. Track limits violation for Hamilton. Well, the warning. Well, Dragons, the fact is, though, it was a very loaded decision. In that they really could not be seen to be intervening in a championship-defining situation. So what they do is just stay out of it. Antonelli is now, Antonelli currently is on track limits violation penalty as well. You know, white flag, black and white flag, sorry. But yeah, Norris is pretty much doing the very bare minimum of what he needs to do. Oh, moving on to braking between Leclerc and Russell has been dealt with no further action, by the way, just so you're curious. So as it would stand, who's going to win the title? It will be Norris by a total of 6 points to Piastri. And if that's the case, those 6 points were from Monza. Monza decided this title. What penalty, bro? Tsunoda just went, what penalty, bro? Like, that's something. Well, Macross, the thing is, though, is that I've been reading up on loads of autobiographies about F1. You remember in 1999 with the Ferrari barge board scandal that saw Ferrari being disqualified and Mika getting the title? And then the FIA overturned the decision, and it went down to a title decider? People were accusing the FIA of getting involved in the show back in 1999. This is something, it happens all the time throughout F1's history, about the show being considered. So, that's just what it is. Yeah. So, Piastri is being used as a guinea pig right now. Leclerc is falling back to 3.2 seconds. So, right now, I think Leclerc's pretty much run out of puff. So, yeah, no, I think that's the thing. Piastri's run out of meat on his tyres. Yeah. That's true. Piastri could end up being behind Leclerc. So he might not even be on the podium. Like, jeez. Okay, Tsunoda's coming in now. Probably to serve his penalty. Colapinto's got on a black and white flag violation. You know, the black and white flag warning. One more and he's out. Yeah, basically, at the moment, Piastri might not even be on the podium. It really depends on which other drivers do a two-stop strategy. And whether or not, if Oscar goes out on soft tyres, then whether he'll have enough meat to overtake Norris again. But right now, it's just he's not managing to maintain the gap because it's about to go like single figures in front of Verstappen. Mm. Mm. Yeah. Well, the thing is that, we got Verstappen radio. Yeah. Okay. So they're telling Verstappen to get a hurry around now, which I think he will. But, yeah. Yeah. The thing is, though, is that I'm not going to wear my Oscar cap right now, because at the moment, it's a case of, like, I want to give credit with Lando where it's due. If he's doing the minimum of what he needs to do to put less pressure on himself, then fair enough. That's what he needs to do. So I don't want to be, like, overly... Like, I'm absolutely... was amazed with that overtake. I think everyone was. Unanimously, it was an impressive overtake. But the fact is, though, we are watching a race, and I really want to try and be, like, looking at the merits of all the drivers as well. So I don't want to be, like, overbearing about how much I do support my boy. To give credit where with Max and Lando where it's due. So, right now... Oh, yeah, Alex Jakes is talking about Bortoletto, currently in P8. Oh, Norris radio. Oh, okay. Interesting. They're basically thinking if Leclerc's going to pit in again, they'll cover him, so they'll do a two-stopper. So that's what they're going to do. So they're just going to watch what Leclerc's doing and then follow him. So apparently, based on the radio coverage, is that they never told Lando about the 5-second investigation, which I think is probably the smart thing to do. It'd be really a shame if Piastri's not on the podium on this final race. It'd be a shame, quite frankly. Because he deserves something out of all of this. Potentially, but, well, what they're saying, Lucito, is that if Leclerc does come in for a pit, Norris will respond. So, here we go. The gap between Piastri and Verstappen now is 7 seconds. Oh my god. Like, Verstappen's, like, chewing 1.1 to 1.4 seconds per lap. This is crazy. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, the way that Piastri is, like, losing so much time. Like, he's losing so much time right now. It's crazy. Like, they're doing the one-stopper for Piastri, and now the two-stopper for... Well, to be fair, well, if there was the weaving with Tsunoda, then that is the case. But with Lando, that was a bit iffy. But obviously, we'll find out the documents after the race, probably. Then it will provide a little bit more detail. So, until then, got to take it with a pinch of salt. By the way, folks, make sure to drop a like on this stream, see if we can get more people in. We've currently got 660 people in the chat. Thank you very much. Welcome for joining us. But Piastri Radio. Yeah. Oscar's complaining about the rear tyres. So, oh, wow. Welcome. Well, 780 people in now. Welcome. Thank you very much for joining us. So, we got more people. But safe to say that, yeah, the pit stop window. Oh, Leclerc's talking about, no, DC's talking about a Latifi-like moment. Please, no, don't do that. Please don't remind us of that. Like, my goodness. Right. You really think that Piastri is going to cause, like, some kind of safety car? I don't really know. I think it'd be about personal pride that Oscar would just want to finish the race. I really don't think he's going to pull anything like that. because he's really got to be thinking long term as well. But yeah, a safety car could shake up the order. It really could, but right now, Piastri's really dropping a lot of time. Like, Verstappen's pulling out fastest lap after fastest lap, and now is in 5 seconds of Piastri. Like, this is potentially no podium for Piastri, unless Norris and Leclerc are on the two-stopper. So, I don't think they've hit the cliff quite, but they're close. They're certainly close. Like, it's fairly decent to get it to, like, 39 laps on one tyre. That's respectable. But, you know, yeah, this is like... Oh, Aston Martin, by the way, in other news, Stroll is in P6, Alonso's in P7, by the way. So that's potentially 14 points coming Aston Martin's way. Not too bad. And no Racing Bulls in the points. So that's a pretty interesting one. Well, to be fair, Piastri would have had to have agreed with the strategy to put those tyres on his wagon. If he didn't agree with them, they wouldn't have done it. So, you know, there's an element of, like, if this turns out to be the strategy that didn't work, it's on Oscar for choosing that strategy, partly. So, yeah, it's a team effort, so they've got to, like, have an element of some consensus. So, yeah, basically, 3.6, my God. 3.6 seconds. Like, that's 2 seconds on this lap. Like, oh, and Albon, for any Albano fans out there, another time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Like, another time penalty for Albon. This has not been the end of a season he would have wanted. But yeah, on for a double Haas points finish, which is not too bad. Probably not good enough to be able to go for 7th place, because, I mean, Aston Martin right now, they potentially could have double points and double figures. So, there is that. Yeah, Oscar's just losing hand over fist right now in terms of time. But realistically, like, Nope. Oh, something's up with my audio. Oh, dang it, not right now. Oh my gosh. This is not what I needed right now. Oh, there we go. Okay. Oh, no. Can't have audio. Can't have audio. Don't know what's going on with my audio thing, so sorry about that. I'm just going to have to figure out what on earth is going on with my phones, with my earplugs. Don't know what's going on with this. I thought I'd charged them up. This is crazy. Like...
Since Hamilton is a second and a half.
No, God, no. No. There we go. Okay, we're back up. Okay, we're on lap 40 currently, but that was a little bit of a hair-raising moment. I thought that my earbuds are suddenly gone. So far, so good. Yeah, so basically, yeah, Leclerc's come in now. Yeah, Norris is coming in now, by the way. So Norris is coming in now. Here we go. Let's see what happens. So... Right, here we go. What's going to happen with Norris in the pits? What's happening with Norris? Is it what's the stop like? Yep, clear stop. Yep. There we go. Norris has had clean stops. 2.1 for his first one. And we'll find out what was his total. I think that was low two. And there goes Verstappen. Yep, Verstappen takes the lead. So right now, what they got to do, like, I don't know what's going to happen with Piastri now. Like, what are they going to do? Yep, Norris is 4.6 seconds ahead of Russell. So, so that's going to be curious now. It's like, they've got to pit Oscar in now. So Piastri should be on the softer tyre. So at least in terms of the track position, they'll let him have it. Because it's like 5 seconds between Russell and Norris. So I think that's pretty much it. I don't think it would make sense to put him on the soft tyres. Because it's like, what are they going to do? Yeah, medium tyres. Yep, mediums. Okay, clean stop for Piastri, 2.2. So no shenanigans in the pit lane, 2.2. 2.2. So, as of right now, yeah, Verstappen right now is going to lose the championship by 2 points. 2 points. Like, that close. That's crazy. It's still such a valiant comeback, but not quite enough. Yeah. So, question is, though, what's Max going to do right now? Is he just going to, like, roll? Is he going to, like, do something daring? Or is he just going to, like, just sit out there, take the win? Because at the very least, if you think about it, out of all of those top three challenges, Max will at least have the satisfaction. Oh, Leclerc's now passed. At least Max will say that I won the most amount of races in 2025. That he won 8 races to Lando and Oscar's 7. So, that is something he can take pride with. Well, they're telling Piastri to chase Verstappen. So, they're telling Oscar to chase. So, they're not telling him to slow down. So, that is something. So, 15 laps to catch up 24 seconds. Like, that's a bit of a bold move, quite frankly. Like, that's crazy to try and catch up to that. Hmm. 800 people in the chat. Thank you very much for joining me, folks. We're coming into the final 15 laps of this race. Anything can still happen, folks, but quite frankly, it's best to just kind of just think, keep lower expectations. Like, But yeah. The situation is, though, is that people will look to Monza and be like, that decision won the championship for Lando. That Oscar giving up that position gave Lando the title. That's what people will be pointing to. I hate to say it, but that could be it. And I don't want that to be it. That'd be really unfair for Norris, because if he goes on to win this, credit where credit's due, he did it. But there will be that in the back of people's minds. Like with Schumacher and Hill. Like with Schumacher's move in 1994. There'll be that asterisk above it. That he only did it because they had that contact with Hill. So that's something to consider. But got radio from Verstappen. Sounds like that Max is not coming in. Yeah. So it sounds like they're not bringing in Max. They're just going to keep him out there. Take the win. Yeah. Yeah. Getting Jolie and Palmer really kind of lamenting Red Bull for being a bit careful, a bit too safe. But yeah. So they're very much going to Red Bull as like they didn't really think about much doing it in terms of like, you know, conservative. Piastri? So Oscar's asked, how do I win this race? So he's asking what's happening with Max, and they're telling him that he legitimately can be within the pit stop window. So if something does happen, you know, and Max does come in for a cheeky stop, he can technically get past him on the track. So this will be an interesting situation. So, yeah. I think that's what the best thing that Piastri can do, be within a pit stop window, and then hope for the best. But it does sound like at the moment they are not going to ask them to swap, so that's something. The thing is that I really don't see Max coming in to, like, come in for softs. I really don't see them doing that. Because they got the win. I think that's what they're just trying to do. That they're trying to... For Max, this is not really a big deal. Like, he's going into this wanting to try and win the race on a race-by-race basis. And for right now, he's done that. He'll come out of this race having won the most races this season, a third of them, after having a dreadful start to this campaign. If I were Verstappen, I'd be pretty pleased with that, having 8 wins in one season, and this being a terrible car to start off with. And then when you hear that Christian Horner wanted to give up on this season, Mekis at least gave him hope to at least try and do something. So it's not the worst kind of end to the year for him. That's not too bad. But as of right now, Piastri's giving up the second place at Monza. This will be hanging over Lando. Much like how Max punting George will hang over him. And how Australia will hang over Oscar. So, this is the thing. All 3 of them have had some sort of bad moment which will hang over them. So there is something to consider. But yeah, they're doing a pit stop window. So right now, if Max pitted, Max would be 1.1 seconds ahead of Piastri. But right now, I don't see that happening. Like, what do they do? Like, what does Max do? It's like, I really don't think that... The way I'm seeing, I don't think Red Bull's going to be doing, like, anything daring right now. I think they're just going to bring it home and take the win. Because that's all they got to do. That's all they can do. That's all they got. That's pretty much all they've got left in the tank. Yeah. Okay, by the way, Leclerc, 3.9 seconds behind Norris. So there is that. So, methinks probably the Mekis Red Bull is not a daring move. If this were Christian Horner in charge, he would have done something bold. But quite frankly, Red Bull need to bring some kind of goodwill toward their team. And they can't be doing these underhanded things. So, I just don't think they'll do something like that. Yeah. Yeah. They basically... Oscar is now 20.8 seconds behind Verstappen. So there's no way they're bringing him in now. They're not bringing him in now. Yeah. Oh, Verstappen on the radio. Okay. So Max was asking about if Leclerc is catching up to Norris, and GP saying, like, not really. So, yeah. At the very least, yeah, that's pretty much, I think, what they were banking on. They were banking on that, and it just didn't happen. Yeah. So, this is very much just... This is going to be, like, taking the pride of at least winning the most races this season, which I think is perfectly reasonable. That's a fairly not too bad situation. So, yeah, 2 points. 2 points! Like, you still got to give Verstappen credit for a 104-point gap to bringing it into within just 2. That is crazy. That is a huge, monumental achievement which you can be proud of. But it just wasn't enough. Yeah, there will be things that will be hanging over Lando, like they would have been hanging over for Max, and they would have been hanging over for Oscar. Yeah. So, yeah. This is this is what we've got, folks. We've got 10 laps to go. 10 laps to go of Formula 1 2025. And if you've been watching the stream so far, thank you very much for joining. I really appreciate you being here. And I hope you've had a great season. Meanwhile, we've got Antonelli taking Hajar for P13. By the way, if you want a running of the order, as you can see on the screen, it's Verstappen, Piastri, Norris, Leclerc, Russell, Alonso, Ocon in 7th, Hamilton, Behrman. So, hey, Hamilton's currently in 8th. Hamilton's currently P8 ahead of Behrman and ahead of Bortoletto. So, you know what? For Lewis, from like 16th to 8th, not too bad. Not too shabby. But yeah, at the moment, Leclerc 4 seconds behind Norris. Just so you know. So, Daniel, what do you mean leave Kimi alone? I was saying Kimi just did a good overtake on, Hajar. That's cool. He did a good job on that. Yeah, so I don't think Leclerc's got anything left to give. So, I think it's now going to wind down now. And now we're just got to be wondering who's going to be the last person to wave DRS. You know, who's going to be the person to press the DRS button for the final time? So there'll be that. So, yeah. Here we go. Right, we're in the 50s now. 8 laps to go. Yep. 8 laps to go. Lando's just got to bring it home now. He doesn't need 2nd place. He just needs 3rd. That's all he needs. Oh, JK Huss, of course, if Lando does it, I predicted that he would win the title. So it was like, okay, cool. My prediction is something going on. So here we go. We're still getting situations right here. And like, De Vries, you put red flag, and then Boosted C8 said in the chat, I cannot believe this. And that made me like go, what? Like, but it's just the timing of the chats was just hilarious. Gave me a little mini heart attack there. But yeah, no, everything's going fine. All is well. And we've just broken 1,000 people in the chat. Hey! Thanks very much, folks. That's great to see. Really good to see. And if you've enjoyed yourself, drop a like on the stream. Cheeky super chat wouldn't go amiss either if possible, but if not, totally fine. Your presence has been an absolute gem. To be here, up the ladder, for nearly 2 hours, like, worth it. absolutely worth it. Really, really worth it. Piastri's bringing the gap now to 17 seconds behind Verstappen. So it is very much a case of like, Max is, well, they can't do anything now. It's just a case of Max is just going to stay out there and do it. Norris radio. Motivational support. Oh. Hold on. What? Oh, they're talking about safety car strategies. They're talking safety cars. They're thinking soft tyre. But no way. That's not going to happen again, right? Like, no way. There's no way that's going to happen again. But at least they're talking about it. They're certainly keeping it strategically open. So, yeah. Oh, hang on. We got a battle for 10th forming between Bortoletto and Carlos. Two of my boys. Well, technically I consider Carlos my man. But those two are battling for the final point. I mean, it'd be a shame if Sauber didn't score in their final race as Sauber. And, you know, Carlos, you know, it'd be a shame if he didn't get a point. So I'm invested in either one of those. Wow, Hadjar's really fallen off. Like, yeah. Hadjar's fallen down to 16th. Wow. That's good. That's not good. Right, here we go. So we got 6 laps left to go, folks, and 1,100 people in the chat. So thank you very much for joining us, folks. Really good to see you. We are having a really good time watching this final race of the season, and Norris is now 3.8 seconds behind Piastri and 4.8 seconds ahead of Leclerc. Russell, fallen off 20 seconds, my God. All of that bluster from George, and it got him nothing. It got him 1 place lower than he started. I mean, Leclerc, you got, quite frankly, look, Hamilton, by the way, up to P7. To P7 and no crashes. Yep. Oh, Ocon got him back. Oh, those two are battling. Oh, wow. Like, Lewis almost got 7th, but then back down to 8th. Oh, that was close. It's very close, folks. Oh, okay. Like, Hamilton could get Ocon back, but Esteban, my goodness, this is like, Haas are doing the best that they can to try and make some progress, because at the moment they're on course to score 8 points, which is a very admirable result, but it may not be enough technically. No, it's not enough to get to 7th place in Constructors. It's a good effort, but not quite. Oh, track limits, black and white flag for Leclerc, by the way. And Leclerc's backed off. He's like 6 seconds behind now. 6.5, 6.6. Yeah, he's losing a lot of time. So, yeah, I think that's the end of Leclerc. That's the end of Leclerc's prospects. So, well, Dark Lord, that is something that will be hanging over this championship for Lando. Like, the battle with George will hang over Max's head. And Australia and Baku for the likes of Piastri. All 3 challengers have something dangling over their heads, which people will go, oh, well, if only that didn't happen, you'd have a much easier time of it. Now, the question is, though, what do McLaren do? Like, 2.9 seconds, 2.7 seconds now with 4 laps to go. What does Piastri do? Now, the question is though, what do they do? If they tell Piastri to let Norris through, what happens then? That gains Lando an extra 3 points. But the net gain is still, Monza will still be a contributing factor. And surely they wouldn't do that to Piastri. Because, yeah. This is the thing. This is something that everyone's going to be watching now. Is that Verstappen's got it. 15 seconds ahead of Piastri is Verstappen. 3 laps to go. Oh, we got Lance getting through. Lance up to 11th. He overtake Carlos. Oh my goodness. We got Stroll battling for a World Championship point. Oh. That's an interesting point. If Stroll can score, they might get 6th place in the Constructors. That would be an interesting comeback, wouldn't it? Oh. Sounds like Norris might be going after Piastri. Sounds like he might be going after him. He's asking about wearing on the back of Oscar and the rear tyre. He's getting rear graining. Yeah. I mean, Oscar's catching up to Max, but Max is just coasting right now. So at this time, it's like, yeah, it's going to be a little bit tricky for Lando to catch up this quickly. He's going to have to be carrying 8 tenths per lap, and then he'll be right on the back of him. So, yeah. Well, right now, we've got 3 laps to go. No dramas right now. And Stroll is up to 10th. Stroll is up into P10. And no, my other boy! Oh, my other boy! Oh, Gabby! Oh, dude. Oh, that's a shame. That's unfortunate. Oh, that's a shame. Right. Things are still going by. Oh, oi, oi. We got Colapinto coming up, so we got some traffic. Piastri's got some traffic coming up. Yeah. It's time to go boom, George. What, like 23 seconds? That's quite an interesting thing. Black and white flag for Albon, by the way. Not a great day for him. Yeah, his teammate trying to battle for a point. Oh, Piastri's increased the gap to 3. So, Oscar's responded. So, right now, we don't see anything between those two. I think it's going to pretty much remain the way it is right now. Because right now, it's looking very likely that Lando's going to get it by 2 points. 2 points. Like, so close. Oh, got nearly 1,300 people in the chat, so thank you very much for joining us, folks. Oh, man. Yeah, here we go. So, Norris is hovering around 3 seconds, basically. So, yeah, that's kind of like what we got right here. Is that, 1,500. Hooray! Cool. Thanks for coming over, folks. Thanks for coming to join us right now with only 2 laps to go. But either way, I'm happy that you're here. We can basically just take a look at this and see for what it is. Penultimate lap. We're about to start the final lap, folks. Final lap of the season. And so far, no dramas. No dramas. No safety car. Yeah. Here we go. Something Max can be proud of this. He really can. He really can be proud of this. Yep, Norris is coming out of Sector 1, so he's doing it. Yeah, Max can be proud. He's won the most races this season. That is a really solid achievement. That's something he can be proud of. He can take that. Here we go. Yep. Here we go. There we go. Norris is approaching the turn 9. And yeah, Max is just coming up the last few corners, and he's going to come up to win the race. Here we go. So round the corner, Max wins the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Well done. 8 races for him. But now we are going to have to wait for Norris to cross the line. So here comes Piastri in P2. So no radio shenanigans there. There is that. So here we go. There's Piastri. There's Norris. There we go. There we go. GG, Lando. GG. GG, Lando. GG. Solid. There we go. Yep. He's so far keeping it quite reserved in there. GG, Lando. Well done. "35th driver to have won a world championship." There you go. To be fair, he got the Monaco win this year. He got the British Grand Prix this year. So he got them. So he has managed to win quite a few prestigious Grand Prix along the way. So there you go. But Max has won the most. And Piastri gave it a go, but he just fell off at the worst possible moment. And Lando capitalised on it. I know that people talk about team orders and what have you. That will be a factor that many people will be talking about for years to come. But ultimately, it's just, it's just how we got it. Max has done some bad things this year. Oscar's done bad things. Lando's done some bad things. They all have. They're not perfect. They're human. That's the great thing about it. Oh, Norris radio. Lando's been quite reserved. It's a very big thing for him. Oh, there we go. Oh. No. He's keeping it together, bless him. There we are. That's it. 2 points. 2 points. Verstappen, 100 points gap cut down. Yeah. Alas, no donuts. That's a shame. Oh, no donuts. Oh. That's a shame. No donuts. Oh, no, Lando's doing it. There we go. Lando's doing donuts. Hey, there we go. Oh, there we go. We got donuts from Lando at least. There we go. Yeah, Max's radio was very, very conciliatory. And right, actually. The second half of the season, that comeback was something that he can be proud of. Yeah, Max is not bothered. Yeah, he won the race, he can go home. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Nice. That's good. That's good. The tension of the entire season is now just unwinding from us all, don't you think? Like, oh. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Oh, end of another year. Oh, there we go. Need to adjust my leg for a second there, mate. Like, I've gone for an hour and 50 on the ladder. I've been okay. I've not had to adjust my ladders, my feet too often. But yeah. Yeah. Alex said there's no easily won titles in Formula 1. I think Max would then go, mate, actually, 2023 and 2022. But that's it. Yeah, Luis Garcia. No DRS. We are done with DRS. DRS is now consigned to history. There you go. DRS, no longer a thing. Welcome. Goodbye, DRS. Hello, Mom. Hello, Mom. Zach being quite reserved right there. Oh. Except for a bum slap. Well, Oscar's got a hug from his mum. Bless. Oh, there's the president. The president has inserted himself into the conversation. Lando's dad hugged Oscar. And there's George. Bit awkward for Russell after saying, "Oh, I'm going to help out Max today. Oh, well done, Lando. GG. Oh, yeah, yeah." Bit of an awkward situation right there. But there we go. So, at right now, I think, in all of that news, I thought I would tell you, Ocon won P7, and guess who got that final point from Stroll? Hülkenberg. So Nico Hülkenberg got that P10. There you go. I thought I would say it, but there you go. Like, Nico got that final point for Sauber. Yeah, they still finished P9, but you got to admit, that was a fairly solid P9. Fairly solid P9, folks. Not too shabby. Yeah, it's been a long year. It's been a long year, folks. Oh. But, yeah, what a relief. It's been a long year. Jeez, it's a long... 2025 has been a very long one, you got to admit. Yep. DC's talking to Lando. The tension is all gone now. Like, it's done. We know. And how do you folks feel about this? So what will the winter ladder yap about? Oh, well, we're going to be fine for like next week or two, quite frankly. Next week or two, it's gonna be it's gonna be like talking about the season, various other things. Eventually my Red Bull factory tour video will come out. That's still waiting for approval, so gotta wait about that. Then we'll obviously in January we'll start getting livery launches. So we'll have that to talk about, and then of course there'll be private testing. Whatever situations we can get from that will certainly be taken into account. So there we go. So time to remove the timings. The timings you've done very well for this year, but we do not require your services. Your services are no longer required. So there you go. Yeah, that was a very, very long situation right there. But we got a good amount of people here. That was fun. Definitely a lot of fun. So it's nice to see that 600 people are still with us right now. Thank you very much for sticking around. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. But I think one thing we didn't get... Oh, Luis Garcia, I appreciate that. Yeah, Stuffy, this is the thing. In the case of Lando, who did win the championship, Monza will be talked about for years and years and years. And that is something that will keep haunting him. Like, say, for example, if Max won the World Championship, he'd be asked constantly, oh, if only you hadn't had that angry moment against George Russell, you'd have won the championship that little bit easier. Or if Oscar won the championship, oh, all the moments that of capitulating to McLaren and your bad form in the flyaway races at the end of the season. Oh, well, that would have made it a lot harder for you, right? So they've all got these situations. So they've all got this hanging over their heads. Fanfiction Diary, Lando did. Carl Molson, thank you very much for the super chat there, my friend. Very much appreciated. We're all just unwinding now after such a very long year. Such a long year. But it's been worth it, because I've had you folks along for the ride. So I really appreciate it. David Cortesi, I would imagine probably, actually, I don't know. We'll find out probably eventually. I'm pretty sure the stats guys will come up with an answer. They'll come up with an answer, I'm sure of it. Electric Lunia. The thing is, though, I doubt that is going to be the case because, well, right now, Lando doesn't look apprehensive. And I'm pretty sure they will look at it. But I'm not seeing any, like, situation where it's looking really awkward. But, you know, Lando fulfilled my prediction at the beginning of the year. And I'm happy about that. Like, hey, I got a title predictor right. I'll take that. Yeah. Oh, there are the fireworks. I was wondering where they'd gone. Yeah. Well, to be fair, Kimi Räikkönen won the championship by a single point. So, Lando did manage to win it by double. So, there you go. So yeah, he's done it. He's absolutely done it. Oof. Oh, I didn't see. Did Behrman get a penalty? I didn't see that. Well, I'll see the final classification, but I think I just missed that. Well, McLaren's pit stops have actually been in clutch. So, you know, they actually remained good when they had to be. They didn't drop the ball in that regard. GG, Lando. GG. Right. Well. We've got the cool-down room now. Because in the midst of all of this, we've got to remember, oh yeah, there were 2 other people there as well. They both seem very, very, like, very drained. Oh, there was like a montage of Lando's wins and then like Max and Oscar having to watch it. So that certainly would have rubbed salt into the wound in a way. But oh, Max Verstappen got driver of the day. Oh. Oh. It's very, very quiet in that room. Yeah, no one's talking in that cool-down room. It's just very, very silent. Oh no, Stefano Domenicali. So the boss of Formula One's coming to give him a hug. But yeah, that cool-down room's no one's talking. Like, yeah. 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 Like, Stefano Domenicali's the only one actually talking in this cool-down room, so... No, I think the cameraman... No, that was Stefano. That was the boss of Formula One coming in. So, yeah. Interesting. Max has said that the podium's delayed because they're waiting a little longer than expected. Interesting. I'm pretty sure that it's just waiting to get everyone in position. But yeah. Lando's asked Max if he's doing any testing, and he's like, no, I'm not. Like, there's no way that, like, Max is getting the heck out of here, like, in a few hours. But, like, yeah. Like, oh, here we go. Here's the podium. Yeah, here we go. And Lando Norris gets to come out first. There we go. GG, Lando. At the end of it all, you did it. You did it. There we go. Right. There we go. And with that, I'm probably going to wind things up, folks, because I've got to go and walk the dog and go and rest my legs for a little bit. So I thank you all for joining me, and stay tuned for tomorrow's video regarding the winners and losers. So after that, we will then go from there and come up with some brand new content for the winter weeks. So thank you all for coming. Take care. And that was 2025.